employment benefit, she'd say, how many children do you have? And if you said to her 4 or 5 or whatever, she said, there's no poverty under your blankets. There were marches nearly every night. At first, they were big, very, very carnival-like. Everybody was feeling very, very proud of themselves that they'd got this strike together, feeling very, very united, and feeling that they couldn't be beat. On October 5th, they decided they would have a march to the workhouse. Now, this is a picture. Do you remember I told you about October 5th, when the single men tried to get into the workhouse, and afterwards there was the police attack? That's part of the crowd on Lower Lisburn Road, just outside the workhouse. You can get an idea here of how big it was. Just to show you, this is Bradbury Place, Shaftesbury Square down here. The entrance to the city hospital now is about here, you know. So that's where the workhouse was, as you remember.
My mother and I went, and a couple more went from Carrickhill. There was bands, St Peter's Brasserie van and all the bands, and we went in thousands. And my mother got up, they all sat down outside the Belfast Union, and my mother discovered she hadn't got the money for the early trams home, and she says to me, well, you run over, and I live in Carrickhill in the Scotch quarters, and she says, get me my purse from below my head. So I got the purse. And I come with the purse over to...
So you ran all the way back to Carrickhill?
I ran the whole way back, yes.
It was fun.
And, well, I was enjoying it because I knew I was going to get the tram. It was only a penny, you see. And I brought the purse over, but when I was over, there wasn't a sinner. Not one sinner. Only policemen outside the gates of the hospital. So I went over to the policeman and I says, tell him, where's the crowd?
They all turned.
And he says to me, there's been a fight. Where do you live? I said, I live in Carrickhill. He says, well, you better go home. I said, I've got my mass purse here. So anyway, he says, go on home there. And I went over Sandy Row. And Sandy Row was out smashing windows and galore. And the police made a batting charge. There was a wee small street. And I run up, I seen everybody running, I was scared, so I run up the street with them. And there was a man run into a house, and I run into his house too.
You were a car?
I was only 12, you see. And when I went in, the woman says, whereabouts do you live? And of course, me being a good Catholic, I says, Carrickhill. So she says, well, wait, daughter, and I'll make you a cup of tea. And that man, she made me a wee drop of tea and sent out for a couple of wee parsnips. And I got my wee cup of tea, and that man left me right over to Carrickhill. And he said, you're all right now, daughter, go on home. When I got into the house, there was 3 or 4 out of the Miller Hospital. And they had been batting charged, you know. But my mother was all right. But I told her, I says to her, well, anyway, I was in Sandy Row, in the name of God, Well, anyway, I got home safe, you know.
That's a lovely story.
I love that man.
That's when the heartaches begin. When you dream of a lifetime that must come to an end. That heartaches